fastest one we've seen so far at this Overwatch World Cup. And that is certainly impressive. So we've talked about how clutch this France team can be before. When it looks like they're down, they find a way to pull it back together. And unfortunately for Thailand, they just didn't have the defensive support ultimates to deal with the Dragon Blade and with the Tac Visor that they were up against. You run that Ana, you don't have the Transcendence, and they just didn't really have a great target for that nano boost up until Mickey switched to the Soldier 76.
Well, we find ourselves going into time bank. 5 minutes on the clock for France. 4 minutes, roughly, 3:57, close enough, on the clock for Thailand. So both teams with a good opportunity to set themselves up for a win. Who microwaves plants? Come on.
Is that what they are, Doha?
Maybe, I don't know, probably not.
Maybe they're probably just doing experiments on them.
Microwaves next to a photo booth, that's what I'm seeing there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what they have in the future.
Probably. A bunch of external hard drives next to your microwave there on the right.
There's health packs lying on the ground too, just in case you need one.
Yep, edit. Unread. How do you unread an email? Oh, wait, I was reading that. Oh, zoom back in. Oh, come on. Oh.
Unread.
Oh,
well, France not going to be going with the Sombra this time around. They've thought better of it, as it were, compared to their first round of defense, but Pudo continuing to stick with it, so.
And Thailand coming back with their own Sombra, of course. On the attack once more, Translocator is in there. Pudo sneaking around the outside. Let's see what he can find.
Looking for me?
Yeah, I think people are looking for you. Yeah. Oh, we didn't need to. We were already looking at you.
Actually, Mickey gets the kill on Anox, so maybe taking a bit too deep as Thailand gets the initial kills onto Soon as well.
Yeah, AKM got the heals at the end, so he was able to survive that Diva duel. Nice kill onto Panties down on the low ground, and Thailand, they're on the point. They're gaining it. AKM forced to run in, forced to sacrifice himself, and Thailand will take a very, very quick point A.
Yeah, point A has been fast for everybody thus far. And finally, there we go. Taking it all the way to the completion. Lots of ult charge onto Kurlos and France.
That is big.
Unco going to switch to Sombra now, so late, especially because Oputo is on the verge of getting an EMP.
Kurlos has his Transcendence, so this is a chance for Thailand. Again, you know, you just want to get as much percentage as you can. That's big as Thailand comes in. Huge pick onto the Soldier 76. There's the Transcendence. Soon with the Pulse Bomb needs to come up big, just like he did on the ball.
He got
Panties. Great stick on that one. EMP comes in for Pudo now. Thailand not out of it just yet. NZNR with the answering kill onto Nox, but France right there with Nico's Dragon Blade. Oh, and they hold Thailand to nothing.
Soon has just been so ridiculously clutch today.
Yeah.
Hitting that pulse bomb, he really did thread the needle. Mickey was standing right next to him on the Diva, and with Oputo having the EMP as well, is managing to get in there and pick up the extremely crucial kill onto the Lucio, preventing Thailand from getting the healing and actually snowballing the point.
Well, Mickey's nearly got his ult back. Just can't die now. Oh, Kurlos goes down as Unco drops the EMP. France with the aggressive defense here jumping out. They're going to dedicate a lot to this, actually. Thailand lose a lot, but they get, well, okay. I thought maybe Thailand could backdoor a little percentage, but no. Yeah. So here's the question. Do you think France gave up too many EMPs on that?
I think that they gave away the Tac Visor a little bit. I don't think you needed that because Unco was on point, hitting Kurlos with the EMP and then taking out the Zenyatta immediately.
Mickey coming in, getting a little bit low already on that Diva.
Pudo got Unco though.
Yeah, that is big. A kill for wins on the other side as NZNR goes down. Thailand, oh, he throws in the self-destruct to try to handle the respawns. There's the self-destruct, Mickey back and then Mac again. Thailand has to deal with that sound barrier on the side of France. They've got their own as well though. Nico does get the kill onto Kurlos, and we've been talking a lot about Soon, but man, Nico's been getting a lot of crucial kills here in these recent rounds, and it looks like France may be able to hold this. Yep, they will.
And even better for France, Thailand yet again actually fails to take that first tick on the point. So crucial. Thailand running out of time now, and Mickey will be prompted to switch back to the Soldier 76. That was the swap that really worked well for them in the last one, but it's going to be EMP versus EMP. And if one of these Sombras gets hacked early, could be a disaster for the team.
Well, we saw Apudo hit that early EMP before and keep Unko from answering with his own. Unko goes ahead and EMPs first, but now they need, okay, that's a follow-up. All right, 3 kills from Nico. Make it 4 with the Dragon Blade, and Thailand, at least they died quickly. At least that gives them time to reset.
At least they died quickly.
I like to look on the bright side, you know? At least they died quickly.
Yeah, not going to be too staggered.
I'm a positive guy.
Yeah, France just continues to catch them out before they can actually make it into the high ground for the point. But Thailand now going to be working with a big support ultimate with that Transcendence. Unko nearly up with another EMP, but let's see if Apudo can get the drop onto them. Thailand's got one good attack left in them.
Yep, that is right. Mults to use on the way. Hey there, Unko caught a little bit on his own, has to translocate out. It's all about Apudo, man. If he can land that good EMP, set things up, they're going to be in good shape. Apudo sneaking around the outside. Here we go. This is the moment. Unko, though, goes and drops the EMP first, dies immediately to NZNR, but AKM coming back with that attack visor, and it's a big one. Kills on both sides. Soon gets hacked. He can't use the pulse bomb, but do they even need it? Doesn't look like it. And Thailand is not even going to get the first tick. That is a rough moment for Thailand.
Unko was really the hero there. At the end, he stalled them long enough to get his EMP, and then he managed to pull off the EMP first, which shut down that attack from Thailand and made it so they weren't able to do absolutely anything against AKM's tac visor. So really, really clutch play by Unko there. And it looked like France was balancing on the knife's edge, but they managed to make it so that they only have to take a single tick on the second point to go ahead and take Horizon.
I mean, and this is Rogue now. This is the Rogue that we know and love, where they've got those players where basically everybody on the team has the capacity to make those really clutch plays if they need to. Unko coming through that time. We've seen Soon make big plays.
That was
We've seen Nico
so
come through.
Close.
Exactly.
That was so close. And Thailand, I think they didn't appreciate that Unko was going to get another EMP that quickly, because otherwise,
I don't think a lot of people were expecting that.
Yeah. He was just like slamming Q, so it cast as soon as he got that 100%.
Yeah. Well, France with 5 minutes on the clock. Great timing, or a great option for them to take point A, get that first tick on point B, and win the map. Thailand needs a pretty Herculean defense here, and they're going to go for, essentially almost a triple support comp. Lucio, Ana, and arguably the Sombra.
I mean, it's the same one they were using before.
Yep.
Again, low damage output, not the greatest target for that nano boost. And Kurlos died nearly instantly last time, and that cut off a lot of the heals they were getting. So
yeah,
France spread out once again, looking for targets as they come around the side of the point.
Thailand just defending right on the point right now. France with the dive could make that very hard. I think he has to back away. That Orbit discard doing so much work for Unko. Thailand already having to back away. A lot of percentage gained. Nox does drop, though. Thailand can get aggressive now, and NZNR in the back lines firing away. Apudo gets that kill on the Nox that we talked about. There's the EMP very early for Apudo, and France may have to back away for the moment. Soon so low. Oh, the
you gotta win that
NZNR,
one.
Man.
That was a hacked. That was a hacked tracer there, and he didn't actually manage to finish it off. Meanwhile, on the point, the lack of damage means that AKM and Nico are able to clean it up. So
that's point A.
That's a pretty big mistake. Apudo not even going to have the EMP for the defense now. This is rough for Thailand.
Yeah, he used his recall too, and he still had a ton of health left. I think he just got a bit flustered there. France coming in. They want to end this one right here, right now. They nearly have that first tick already. Thailand completely routed. They're trying to stay alive, but that is it. France will go ahead and take Horizon Lunar Colony.
It looked so good there for Thailand when they got the kill onto Nox, but then again, the low damage output, over-committing, and the Tracer is almost all of their damage, right?
Yep.
So when the Tracer decides to leave the point and go take a 1v1 against Soon, Soon was no threat there, none. Like, was hacked, was off the point. You just can't clean it up, right? So that's a pretty big misplay, I think, by NZNR there, unfortunately.
And I mean, we see another close map between Thailand and France, but in the end, just like on Nepal, France able to come through with the clutch plays in the end. And that's what makes a difference.
Well done for France again. Somehow.
Hey, you know it's old when you've got phone booths out front.
Well, it looks like we are going to see Thailand on the attack first, and Mickey
Whoa.
is
What?
going to be playing McCree.
All right, let's see this. I'm excited, man. Mickey's McCree.
Maybe Taimu taught him a thing or two.
Maybe. I mean, you sit next to Taimu at Apex for long enough, some of that McCree mojo kind of like rubs off on you, so we'll see how it works out. Nico going deep already, really aggressive defense, but he's going to pay for it as Titawat roasts him. And Mickey, yeah, I mean, you don't do well when you take a Helix rocket to the face.
Well, you don't, but I think just taking the McCree here is an answer to France's dive. They want to be able to control soon. I think they realize that they're not having a lot of luck winning those duels between NZNR and Soon, so they're going to need something else to do it.
I agree. I think it's really smart. I mean, if Mickey just plays back, as most McCrees would, just get that flashbang onto Soon when he comes in.
Yeah, well, they got the health back hacked, so they have enough forward movement right here onto both of the mega health backs. It will be, well, not sure where that was supposed to go, but probably wasn't supposed to bounce off the card like that.
It's okay, it's a short cooldown.
There's the flashbang, actually. Not going to get the hack, though. Would have been nice to chain the crowd control together.
Yeah. All right. Now France storming back with some kills of their own. It looks like they're going to hold the payload for the moment. Mickey swapping over to that Diva. All right. He's like, yeah, you know, it's a good idea in concept, but maybe he's a better Diva player than a McCree.
Well, it was fun for a hot minute right there. Got some movement onto the payload, got the health backs hacked, but
I enjoyed it.
That's the second McCree we've seen. It's thematically tied to Route 66, perhaps.
True. I mean, the first McCree was, you know, a bit of showboating, of course, but still.
Budo looking for the EMP opportunity, sneaking his way all the way back. He wants to get Unko right off the bat, and...
Yeah, didn't really find the option. He came out of invisibility a little bit too late, and oh, Nico finds him with the dash. Soon really low. It's going to go down, yeah, but France overall does certainly have the win in this fight. Thailand really stalled out. They've got a lot of ultimates to work with, but they're going to need to have a pretty big push to take point A.
Yeah, it's getting a bit dicey here for Thailand. Opudo was all the way in the back line, but was reluctant to pop the EMP without a lot of support there, even though he may have been able to one-shot Unko. It's still not a great one-for-one trade for them. If they're going to be investing ultimates in that, in Thailand, just slowly building up that bank, but nobody really had to use any ults whatsoever except for a pulse bomb here or there.
Speaking of pulse bombs, NZNR is not doing anything. Transcendence for Thailand as they try to get the payload moving again. AKM, though, he's got the high ground on top of Big Earls. Mickey being chased away, and there's the tac visor. He knows the defense matrix doesn't have a lot of charge left in it. Looks like the Transcendence going to be forced out of Team France as well. Whoa, Nico actually going down before he's really able to accomplish much with the Dragon Blade. And Thailand, we talked about them needing a big push, and hey, this is it.
Well, a lot of France's crucial ultimates got shut down right there. AKM didn't have a good tac visor, couldn't find any angles as the member of Thailand scattered, and then Nico got caught in a hallway against the Winston. So quickly dealt with in the end.
Well, Soon putting on the carry pants and kind of keeping the payload stalled long enough for the rest of France to come back. They use that sound barrier to get in close. Mickey with the kill on Nico again. Nox does fall down. And despite that last-ditch effort at a defense, it looks like Thailand will take point A pretty soon here.
Yeah, everybody mopped up in those corridors. Finally soon, the last to go down, and that'll be a point A for Thailand. Only 3 minutes, or 2:50 rather, left on the clock for them as they move forward. At least Opudo will have that EMP, but moving through the streets phase to point B is a lengthy process. And
this one might be a bit tough.
Yeah, they did get stalled out for quite a long time already.
Yep, France with some good positioning on the high ground. Oh, Titawat getting very low. Has to be pretty careful here. AKM fires a Helix rocket into the post there, so not a lot of damage coming out with that one. But now he's got that tac visor yet again. And Thailand already forced back. There's the EMP. Where's the follow-up? Transcendence is going to let Thailand come in pretty aggressively. AKM backing away. Oh, did he get stuck? No, it was close. Went over his shoulder there. Looks like Titawat, meanwhile, with 2 kills. And Thailand with a big fight here. They are trouncing France.
Yeah, looked like it might have been just on the edge for AKM to get hit by that EMP. He was probably hoping it was going to come out and then he could counteract it or at least force them to flee with the tac visor. Instead, this gets zoned out on the side by NZNR and forced into the inside on the upper level. So Thailand will get some movement here, and We're gonna ride this cart all the way to close to the end.
They got a lot of distance. All right, sound barrier use as France comes back in. There comes the Dragon Blade for Nico. Pudo in big trouble. He translocates. Nico tries to chase, but he ends up just not getting anything with the ultimate. Meanwhile, AKM does find panties with the Helix rocket, and Thailand probably gonna have to back up a little bit here.
Yeah, they are.
Translocator. Is he coming back? I don't think Apudo's coming back to that one, man. Trying to scare him. They're sending Nox. Oh, they did it! Oh, that was so good. They sent Nox to chase him down and force the translocate. Yeah, yep. Yeah, Nico saw that one coming.
That was very well played.
Oh, yeah.
Cute maneuver.
And
Team
that's
France.
Yeah, that's a problem for Thailand too, because that does stagger the respawn from Apudo, and that's going to slow down the push. As you can see, Thailand only now kind of getting that going.
Nicely done.
Fun times.
They are definitely playing better around the Sombra now than they were at the start of this match.
I'd say so. Oh, have a pulse bomb. What? I totally thought that stuck right there. NZNR. That was a bit odd.
That was definitely.
See ya.
Goodbye.
There's the reset.
Yeah, they just have to ditch that at the end. Couldn't actually finish off any of those fights, so better to reset, get the big final push, and see if you can use that EMP. But AKM, he's been sitting on this tac visor for so very long at this point in time. Look how spread out France is. Unlikely they're going to get many people hit with this EMP.
Yeah, I mean,
look at AKM, he's just hiding. He's waiting for the EMP up there.
Here comes Kurlos around the side, loading up that right click. Okay. Keeping Unco a little bit zoned. Has to use that Transcendence early on. EMP does come in, and Apudo does get the kill to AKM. Yeah, that's pretty big. Oh, NZNR can't fight the Zenyatta, though, and wins with that sound barrier. France may have enough to hold here. They're getting the kills. There's the sound barrier, like we talked about. And Thailand having to back away. Mickey needs a huge self-destruct. Doesn't get it, though. That payload was moving forward. They got a bit more distance on it, but we're into OT now. Nico with the Dragon Blade, looking for a bit more, but again, not really finding a lot of kills, having to rely on his teammates to finish this one off, and they will. France holding Thailand pretty well. That payload only getting about halfway through the second phase on Route 66.
Yeah, we do see a lot of full holds on Route 66, though, so it's not out of the question that Thailand can come back, particularly with how strong that Sombra can be on the defense.
Well, it's like what we talked about. You know, I mentioned I was really excited about Rogue's attack round coming into this one. France's attack round, sorry, because that means we get to see Apudo Sombra on defense. And like you said, we have seen a lot of those full holds here on point A. So even though soon he's given us the eye, can he give Thailand the business?
Well, he's been giving him the business for the last few maps.
He really has
come alive, that's for sure. But really, you can see the creative play coming out of France in that last one. They totally baited Apudo into that cute little translocation.
That is fun. And the outhouse, I mean, I know a lot of the stuff on Route 66 is old, but is it really old enough that they still use an outhouse like that?
Yeah, it's a bit weird considering that they appear to have some pretty advanced facilities, and you would think with a bar there they would have indoor plumbing, right?
Maybe it's a tourist attraction. Come and see the historic outhouse on Route 66.
Yeah.
There you go.
Going back to a time before people could go to the bathroom inside.
Well, or outside. Inside and outside, sort of. Propane! Someone's very excited about that room.
A little odd sign. I mean, it is full of propane, I guess.
Yeah.
Just taping the cardboard up. No time to actually give it proper signage.
It's just an advertisement for the name of my aggressive punk rock band in high school. We called ourselves Propane.
It's pretty boring, Noah, for a...
Yeah, it's boring until like James Bond shoots it with like his gun and then it all explodes.
Yeah, but James Bond Shoots Propane is a much better name for a band.
James Bond Shoots Propane. Yeah, I suppose.
Propane's pretty boring.
You got me there, Mike. I'll give you that one. Here comes the attack from France. Apudo already 19% built up with that ultimate. Gonna need that EMP really quick. They want to stall France out here on point A.
Is trying to cover the angles right now, make sure that there's not going to be a lot of charge, see if they can catch anybody out with the right click from Unco. Soon in the back line, and they are going to trade 1-for-1.
Yeah.
But again, it's an early death for Kurlos.
Like it is many times. Trying to hack that health back, a little bit rough. All right, here comes the payload. Here Comes the Payload was also one of my bands in high school.
That sounds much better.
I had a lot of bands in high school.
We know, though. We know over the years.
It's the EMP. Aputo's got it. Waiting for a chance to use it. There we go. Pops it right away. Translocating. Looking for Unko. Can't quite find him. Tries to get the kill on Wins. Wins low. And there's the kill. Crucial. NZNR gets that one. Thailand fighting back. Oh, but Nico coming in for a couple of his own. And that payload is going to keep moving.
France had already taken control of that high ground, so AKM able to dish out the damage on the Soldier 76. They were definitely expecting the play onto the support line, so did see Nox jump back on top of Unko nearly immediately to punish the dive. Wow, Nico there getting some good damage down in this little duel, and then he actually can't win it.
Yeah. Puto shot down by AKM. Nearly has that attack visor up as Mickey tries to chase him up the high ground, but it's not a lot of health. Uh-oh, no defensive matrix means nowhere to hide for Thailand. They try to get behind the Winston shield. Ooh, nice stomp by Titowat actually, taking him down. And Thailand making a go of it here on the defense.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to hold in the end.
Yeah.
France really investing a lot into this as Nox commits to the Primal Rage. But Thailand's still a couple solid defensive ults. Looks like Kurlos is actually dropped from the game right now.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we need to pause here. There we go. Okay. Well,
that might actually be really crucial, unfortunately.
that's a problem.
Kurlos did die early in that fight, but if he joins back in, we'll see where he's actually going to end up, because Nox was about to engage again onto the payload. So it's definitely a rough situation for Thailand. They were coming in with a pretty healthy ult advantage as well.
Now Mickey with the perma-smile. Nothing can break this kid's spirit. On the rogue side, yeah. Really crucial push coming in. Seeing Nico on your screen right there, who really has stepped it up on this Genji. Yeah. Waiting to see if we can get our Team Thailand player back in the game again.
At least they have the sound barrier from Panties. That's going to make it a bit tricky for Nico to do the work on the Dragon Blade, but he has been pretty patient over the course of the match to this point. And he's going to have a lot to carve through with the Winston ult up as well. So we're waiting to get Kurlos back in this game and see what his status is. I can't actually see where he is on the screen right now. So
yeah, same. I mean, the character model does disappear in that category, so I don't think you see him anyway. So
this could be rough because they may have ended up in a 5v6 here, Thailand. This could actually be very consequential.
Yep, for sure. And they, the thing is Rogue had been pushing the payload, but overall Thailand had been holding it pretty well. They had bought quite a bit of time.
And they had forced out a lot of ultimates, too.
Yeah, they had.
So it looked like Thailand might have been able to hold on here for a while longer.
Mm-hmm. Still waiting.
It's interesting. It's the same issue that we saw from Kurlos actually earlier in this match.
Okay.
When we had a delay, it was also his PC or his client that was causing the problem. So we may have to go ahead and switch the entire PC out right now.
Yep. But hey, if there's anything we know how to do in esports, Monte Cristo, it's fill time.
Is that our specialty?
No, I'm just saying it's one of our specialties.
We have many specialties.
Yep.
We're men of many talents.
Among our specialties are. Yeah. Well, Nox, of course, playing to mean Winston today. And most days.
Most days. Did have some problems with positioning, getting booped off kind of easily onto Paul, but
I just said he was mean. I didn't say he was good.
Fair enough. You tricked me.
Check and mate. The old English word switcheroo. I don't know.
I feel like Winston's, he gets pretty angry a lot of the time.
He does. Well, it's a real Jekyll and Hyde thing, a real Hulk and is it a real Hulk that real Hulk thing, real Banner Hulk sort of thing. Mild-mannered scientist, suddenly giant raging beast.
Yeah, those really didn't. They pretty much just stole the Hulk there, didn't they?
I'd like to see a lore event where Winston tames the inner beast and he gets like a new ultimate. Like he just gets transcendence or something. He's like, I'm really calm now. Only he does the Donkey Kong thing where he just starts rolling around in a ball around the room with healing coming out of him.
Is that it? So
that's my plan. This is why I will never design heroes in Overwatch.
From stealing the idea of the Hulk to stealing Donkey Kong, except with healing
Donkey Kong's way more fun, in my opinion.
Did the Hulk?
Yeah. Oh, we're back. All right, let's see what happens. Kurlos back in. There's a Transcendence immediately for Munko as France jumps in. Nico with the kill onto Apudo right away. Bad news for Thailand. Everybody inside of Big Earls, and here comes Winston with that Primal Rage. No Donkey Kong rolling just yet. Thailand getting the edge in this fight. NZNR falls, though, and France coming back in this brawl. That payload nearly there. And there goes Titawat. So, it looks like if Nico, oh, actually, he's going to get EMP'd. Gets a couple kills anyway. And Mickey storming back on that Diva. They have really bought a lot of time. Even if France does get this point, which it looks like they probably will eventually, Thailand's bought a ton of time. Nico with the blade now. They use the sound barrier as well. They have had to commit so much to take this.
Yeah, they have. And I don't know about that Dragon Blade at the end either. That was pretty much a one-bite sound barrier coming out late. But Kurlos had to run all the way back from spawn right there. So that was actually a pretty brutal drop out of the game for Thailand.
Nico going deep, but that's a nice reflect on the Kurlos, trying to just get them at spawn and give France a little bit of time to push this payload. You can see up at the top, they need to get it to that yellow marker. If they can do it, they will win the match. If they can't, Thailand is going to tie this one up 2-2.
Yeah, that's a long, long time to set up on the map. Spread offense again from France. Very respectful of Apudo's ability to come in and try and hit that big EMP. NZNR going to flank around that backside and at least delay the payload. Try and get that stick. Doesn't get it. Actually, does manage to get him. I mean, with the melee.
He gets the kill, but that was another kind of unimpressive pulse bomb from NZNR, and France able to get the edge in this fight already.
Apudo dies with double kill.
Woo. Yeah, France looking forward to, or looking to roll this one to a victory here. They've done such a good job of controlling the spawns for Thailand at this point. Thailand hasn't really been able to set up much of a defense at all.
Well, no, especially not after Kurlos coming back in. They do have a nano boost available to them finally.
Yep.
If they want to use it, EMP, Nico can't pull the blade, but they're not focusing him either.
Well, Unko's getting the kills. He doesn't need to pull the blade just yet. There we go. Now he wants to. Kurlos goes down almost immediately. 1.42 meters to go for France to win this one and take it 3-1, and it looks like they will do it. Thailand, a valiant effort, but France going to come out with the win. 3-1 in this 4-map set.
Yeah, snowballing that one pretty easily, and France focusing the right targets, making sure that Thailand wasn't going to have any ability to use their ultimates throughout that Streets phase.
Right. Well, what can you say? It was a great series, actually. I think Thailand shows they really are a force to be